Christmas? Is it not Christmas? Is it solstice? Are we pagan? What is going on? I think that the spiritual path always begins with one question, and that is, who am I? Whenever I do women's groups, I always start the journaling process off with this question, and sometimes people want to go into their issues and their stories and their drama and their trauma and all of that, and it always comes back to, no, this is the first question. Who am I? So when we look at this holiday of Christmas in a metaphysical or mental science point of view, what we are celebrating is the birth of that Christ consciousness within each and every one of us. And what is that? That is the enlightened state. That is the quickened awareness of our connection with the divine. There is something inside of us that is greater than our physical experience, greater than any idea that we may have about who we are. And so we begin to explore, who am I? If I'm not who I thought I was, who am I? Am I my body? No. Am I my memories? No. Am I my mother's or father's daughter? No. Am I my sister's sister or my son's mother? No. Am I even the co-founding minister of Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville, North Carolina, the Reverend Dr. Barbara Waterhouse? No. That's not who I am. Who I am is so much greater. And sometimes when I talk to people and I say, who are you? And they say, oh, well, my name is so-and-so. And I go, no. That's your name. That's not who you are. That's the package that you've wrapped yourself up in to present it appropriately to the world. But that's not who we are. More appropriately, the answer might be, who are you? I am light. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Who are you? I am love. Who are you? I am pure consciousness. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Who are you? And yet we look around and we're showing up in physical form. We've got bodies. Now Barbara's telling me I'm not my body, but my body's hungry, and my body needs clothing, my body needs rest, and my body needs a car and a nice house and a hot tub. My body needs that, but I'm not my body. I have a body, but I'm not my body. I have thoughts, but I'm not my thoughts. Oh my gosh, now I'm getting crazy. But Barbara, you're talking about the power of thought, the power of word, mental science. It's all about thought. And yet Ernest in the Science of Mind textbook says that there is a thinker behind the thought. So we may have thoughts, but where are those thoughts coming from? I know sometimes they're just random reactive synapses in our brain because we keep thinking the same thought over and over and over again without thinking about it. But if you were to think about your thoughts, then who would that be? Now we're getting closer. We are light, we are love, we are pure consciousness. We are that within us that can stand apart from what our experience is, our physical body, our thoughts, our feelings, our memories. There is that within us that may include those experiences, but they don't define us. They don't make us who we are. If we let our past define us, we would never be sitting in this room. We would never go to a place that says there is something within you that is so much greater than your experiences, and when you can open up to and tap into that, then you've found something. But you're not your bank account. You're not your friendships. You're not what has happened in the past. There's something brand new within us. And so as we celebrate Christmas, we're talking about the historical realities that maybe were messed with a little bit to put it on December 21st. And, you know, there are all these other saviors that were born of Virgin Marys, and they had wise, or Virgin Mothers, and they had wise people come to them, and there were all of these crucified saviors before Jesus. You know, it's a mythology, it's a story. And did the man Jesus live? Maybe. Maybe he did, okay. But as we are moving into this christen time, this Mass, this celebration of the Christ, what that is about for us is that there is something new within us that wants to come out. There is something new within us that wants to be birthed, wants to be brought forward, wants to be given life, something that was not before, but it is ready now to be. Meister Eckhart said the eternal is forever begatting the only begotten, and he's begatting him in you right now. Oh, those were big words, Barbara. The eternal, that which always is forever begatting that which is giving life to the only begotten. And he is giving life to that, begatting that in you right now. That whatever spirit is showing up as the one and only you. You know, God didn't only have one son. That's silly. There is that one and only you that is coming to life right now. And so do we acknowledge that? Do we celebrate it? Or do we try to stomp it into the ground and say, no, get down. Get down. That's got an outside voice and an inside room. That's got ideas that nobody else thinks, until you come to a place like here and realize all kinds of people think that way. Are we trying to stomp that into the ground, or are we giving it life? Who am I? Am I my problems? A lot of people think they are. A lot of people think that the issues in their life define them, and so that is their story that they make up about the little them instead of the big them. As I look in the mirror, am I my face? Am I the eyes that look back at me? Or am I the person looking through the eyes that look back at me? Have you ever done that? Have you ever just stood in a mirror and gazed at yourself? Sometimes the face that you know goes away, and there is someone else looking back at you. She's getting weird here. She's getting all mystical and wooey, because when we think that all of this is real, when we think that those ideas that we use to define us are who we are, then we're stuck. We are absolutely stuck. When we think that we are beings of light, we are beings of love, we have power far beyond anything we have ever imagined to reach out into our world and bring forth the experiences that we want right now, then we're on to something. If you want to have this idea of Jesus at Christmas, then think about some of the cool things he said. These things and greater you shall do also. Oh no, I don't want to do anything greater. I just want to have somebody outside of myself that's going to then either save me or screw me, one or the other. But I don't want to have to do these greater things, because who am I to do that? Who are you? Who are you not to do that? The only reason people have suffering and struggle in their life is because they don't know who they are. They're fighting against something that they created in their life. Any problem that you have, any circumstance, any situation that you have, you created. It is your creation. And then we look at that and we say, oh, you're so big, I can't do anything about you. I must suffer. Who are you? Are you the one that is at effect of your own creation? That's crazy. If there is that within you that could create your creation, is there not that within you that can create anew? That can create something new? Heal the sick. Raise the lame. Put your hand in a fish's mouth and pull out money. I like that one. Kind of visualize my mailbox up by the road when I do that, and this giant fish, I stick my hand in and pulling out money. That's in you. You came with it. And this whole crazy idea that says there's something wrong with you, that there's something you must atone for, that there's something you must be forgiven for, all comes from not knowing who you are. You are pure, perfect spirit, an individualization, a manifestation of spirit in its absolute form as you, the one and only, forever being birthed out of the divine energy and love. That's who you are. And yet still we look around and go, I can't. I just shouldn't. I must be small. And then something wants to be birthed. You know it won't leave you alone. It wakes you up in the middle of the night. It says, I don't want that life. I don't want to be small. I don't want to struggle. I don't want to be poor. I don't want to be sick. I want to be who I am. And even if you don't exactly know what that is, so what? You are so amazing that no matter what word you use to try to describe yourself to yourself will fall short. You are so much more than any language can encompass. You are the divine in form as you. You are the same as the Buddha. You are the same as the Christ. You are the same as the enlightened beings throughout the ages. Who are you? What story, what lie do you tell yourself? Oh, I've got too many bills. Nobody likes me. I got a little crick in my back. I'm getting old. Oh, I can't, I won't. What lies are you telling yourself? The question to ask yourself is, who am I? Who am I? Maybe I don't know exactly, but I know I'm bigger than my experience. I'm bigger than my bank account. I'm bigger than my physical body. I'm bigger than the people around me. There is something in me. That's what Science of Mind speaks to. That part of you that knows there is something within you that is longing to come forth. And as long as we don't stomp it into the ground, it's coming. I loved it when David Spangler was asked before the shift of millennium, the new age is coming. David Spangler was this great spiritual guy that was involved in Findhorn, and now I'm going way back to the 70s and 80s. But they said, this new age, is it going to come? He said, no, it's going to come. There's no way to stop it. Your only question is it going to be a natural birth or a cesarean section? That consciousness will be birthed within you. Your only choice is, are you going to fight it? Or is it going to come as a natural outpicturing of your willingness to stand in your clarity of who you are? And again, you don't have to have it all figured out. Nobody does. Nobody has it all figured out. Nobody has ever had it all figured out. But you know that there's something. There's something that calls you. There's something that is coming through you. There's something that is growing within you that will not be denied. You cannot deny it. It's going to happen. Enlightenment will happen for everyone. That birth of that cosmic consciousness coming full orbed through us will happen to each and every one of us. No matter what the crazy people are doing on the news, it still will happen. There's a spiritual impulsion that's moving through humanity that is lifting all of us up. So hang on, because the ride is going to be great. Who are you? Who am I? There's so many times I've told myself that I was not who I dreamed I could be, that I didn't have it in me, that it wasn't going to happen, only to find out that I could be who I dreamed myself to be, that I did have it in me, and it would happen. And so when I look at myself in the mirror and I say, who are you? And usually it's, who are you? When I ask myself that, anything that says less than I am a manifestation of infinite spirit in form as me, perfect, whole, and complete right here and right now, anything else is a lie. I jump on my students when they say, I am sorry, I am sick, I am broke, I am alone, I made a mistake. No, you didn't. You are powerful. You are abundant. You are clear. You are light. You are love. You are peace, and you are joy. And it doesn't matter how many bushel baskets you try to put over your light, those bushel baskets of lies, it does not diminish the light. And if you but take a little tiny crack, your light will come through. It always fascinates me, people who believe in darkness, evil and darkness and the devil and all of that made up hooey. They believe that the darkness is more powerful than the light. And so I ask them, well, if you're in a dark room and you crack the door, what comes in? Well, the light comes in. But if you're in a lit room and you crack the door to a dark room, what happens? The dark does not come in. The light goes and takes over the darkness in the other room. There is no validity, no substance to darkness. So no matter how much you try to pretend that you are not the light, it doesn't work. Your light will always come through a crack, and we're all cracked. And the light will always come through. And then no matter what you've been pretending is going on, it's going to be just covered with light. It's going to be covered with light so that you can see clearly and remember who you are. Who are you? You're the light of the world. Can you feel your power? You're the light of the world. Shine away the sorrow. Never once let it dim from within. You're the light of the world, and so it is.